Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Anna with Passions of Paper, and I am here to show you guys something I've never done before, something I've always wanted to do, and every time I've tried to, I got so overwhelmed that I just gave up. I made a giant journal. So this journal is 9.5 inches by almost 12 inches tall. It is a 2.5 inch spine, and there are almost 300 pages in here. It is a very heavy journal. It weighs 3 pounds 5 ounces, which is like almost double my normal size journals. Just to show you, this used to be considered my very large chunky, very large chunky journal. This is like 500 something pages in here, and so just to show you the size difference, that's how much bigger this one is. It's kind of hard to get in the camera, but yeah, so it's like almost the same as this, except so it is less pages, but it's a lot more decorated. So it's almost as fat as that journal, but it's just giant. It's huge. And I'm so glad I finally did it, but this was like the biggest project I've ever done, and it was a lot. So, but I finally did it, and I'm so excited. So this journal is like a lot of different things going on in here. I've got Rustic and Victorian and French, and of course there's the blue, there's grunge, there's always grunge, and there's vintage. Like, it's just got all these things. Okay, so even on the cover here, there's things that I've made, there's things that I've bought, there's vintage, and like this is vintage, that's vintage, that's vintage. Or actually no, this one's not vintage, this one's vintage, and this one here and this one here are all vintage. And there is the beautiful back. We've got a large removable tassel here. It's got these two bead strands. Make that nice noise. These are the heavy stone and yeah, just stone and glass beads. So we've got those there. Tassels removable with this clip here. There's an insane amount of sewing and decorating on the inside. We've just got all these soft fuzzy fibers on here, so it's just very nice and soft and gentle. And we've got this silk chiffon ribbon. That's this crinkled stuff for the closure. And then inside here, let me make sure this is going to fit. I had to zoom my camera out to make sure this is going to fit. So we won't be able to see the details as well. I'll have to pick it up to show you the details, because there are a lot of details. I always add a lot of details in my work. But in here, we've got this, a double pocket here and here. That is on both the front and the back. So you can store a lot of your own ephemera in there. And then this is probably going to take a while, because I'm going to try my best to explain everything, or at least most of the things that I did. I use an insane amount of digitals. They will all be listed in the description box below. I have even included the links to the actual kits that I have used. So every single kit that I have used will have a link in the description box, so you can go directly to that kit. These big pages here are from EternalTalePages. I've used 3 kits from them that are these full-size papers, which was perfect for a giant journal. And then I've also used, we've got, let's see here, it's a very long list of digitals. So this one's KellysCraftsByKelly's Tattered Vintage Photography. We've got byJLeeloo, like it's byJLeeloo is her name, and the most gorgeous digitals from her. And we've got this is from DistressedJournals. It's ripped weathered denim. I have a farmhouse window digital kit in here by BontikVintageDesigns, who I am doing a collaboration with. So if you like what you see from him, in the description box below, there is a 60 or a 50% off coupon that never expires that you can click on to buy some nice digitals from him. And then we've got, let's see here. There's a kit in here that's from MyPorchPrints, 2 kits from BlendVistaStudio, and that's just all the pages. Then we've got kits that are the ephemera. So I've got Shabby photographs from SamPooleDesigns, littleladypaperie. I used 2 kits from her, 3 kits. French Paris vintage photos, French shabby chic Victorian photos, and vintage sewing photos. And then PolkaArtStudio, I used some old photos and portraits from her. So that was a lot. And like I said, each of those is going to have a link in the description below. Here I used some of that ripped denim, and I just made this fun little pocket. These are each little tuck spaces, and then this stuff just kind of sits inside. I have grunged up these printed vintage photos, or what do you call them, the little cards that you mail. So we've got those in there. Little postcards, I guess. Not sure if they're postcards, but they're probably just old photographs. I used some of the ripped denim to make little journaling cards for these pockets, so each one of these has one of those, and these are the pictures that are from SamPooleDesigns. Here, on this coffee dyed paper, I sewed some straight writing lines, so that is front and back, and then I left all these strings on for the extra grunginess, and it just feels really cool. This is from MyPorchPrints. The kit is called, let's see here, My Lady's Letters. And we've got some vintage dictionary paper. This is from 1971, and it is pretty fragile, so just be careful when you're flipping these pages. And then I just used some pretty flower stickers to decorate those. This is some super grungy paper that I made. It's like craft wrapping paper, and then I just dyed it with coffee dye and RIT dye. These are the journaling pages that I used from BlendVistaStudio. There's actually like real journal entries on these, so these are going to be all throughout, and it's really fun to read. We've got this beautiful magazine page here. I love that. It goes so beautifully with this farmhouse window from BontikVintageDesigns. Just love like this layout right here. It's just one of my favorites. There's going to be a lot of favorites though. I did a lot in this journal, so there's going to be a lot to show off. Here I just made a little booklet that just kind of opens and you just write in that. We've got an upside down pocket here with these cards, these journaling cards. And then I used this vintage lace here and turned that into 3 pockets with these journaling cards. And then I just used staples to staple on the tassels on them. All different materials on those. I did an insane amount of inking in this. Like every single page has been inked, and some of them were inked like these, for example, were inked all over the whole entire papers. And so I've spent probably an entire day just inking. If I combine all the hours that I spent inking, it would probably be an entire day's worth. It was a lot. So here we've got this silky ribbon as at the end, and then we've just got this pocket that's like a shelf holding those jars, and these cute little journaling cards. I used the Tim Holtz little tiny staples. Hopefully that's coming up. They're so cute. I love that for the little cards. This gorgeous page, this is one of the ones that are from byJLeeloo, the Delightful Pages kit. That's my favorite kit. It was one of my biggest inspirations for this journal. I can't remember if I said, but there are 290 pages in here, so it's going to be a big journal for writing. Here we've got this, this was a door, and then I kind of cut it out and backed it with some paper. And as you can see here, we've got this that comes out a little bit, and then this side that comes out a little bit. So you can open those for some secret journaling, and then when you're closing it, you just go like this, and it sort of locks back up. If you want, you can put a clip on it, a paper clip, or another kind of clip that will help hold it even better. But this holds it pretty well. As long as you're not like bending the paper to pop it out, it stays together. Here I kind of wanted the page, the jeans, the ripped denim to be kind of just exploding outwards. So we've got a big old hole in there and all these little faux vintage postcards or pictures in here. Lots of pretty things. This is some cotton, I think it's cotton paper. It's got like that edging on it. That was bought on Amazon. So it's good. It's nice. It's a nice thick paper. You can do like watercolors and stuff on it. And there was that's just a little part of it. The big part of it is right here. So you can do like a really nice watercolor or painting on there. This is some more art paper, some mixed media paper, so it's nice and thick. You can play around on that. Another one of my sewn pages. I like all the threads. Some vintage music paper. This, I made a double pocket out of that plastic stuff that comes on stuff that you buy. So like the stuff that you normally throw away, I turned into a double pocket. Well, it's kind of like a triple pocket actually. So we've got this big pocket back here, and then this little pocket here, and this little pocket here. And here I've scrunched up this this bag. I'm not sure what material that is, but it's nice and crunchy. And inside of it, we've got this paper that I just kind of used to line the bag and to give it its sturdiness so that you can easily tuck it into this pocket without bending the side of the bag. And then we've got all these little beautiful journaling cards. Did some sewing on a lot of the edges too. I had to sew a lot of these papers together so that would make that double page spread for the giant journal. There's a lot more work that is involved in making one of these big journals. Here we've got this Rustic Chronicles Parcels digital kit from byJLeeloo, and I had a lot of fun with these. Basically, I covered the top of it with washi tape to thicken it, and then I backed that on the backs of the magazine pages that I didn't care about. real quick, these magazine pages that are all throughout here, they all tell a story of this lady that makes her own paper, and it was very interesting and really cool, and you know, making papers kind of related to junk journals. So if you are interested in that, these are not just random magazine pages, these are actually something I specifically chose for this journal. So I left all those exposed to be read and just covered the parts that weren't part of it. Inside of here we've got this little mini journal that's inside this parcel, and let's see if I can open it up on camera. I just used this string with this ribbon with these little beads, these little stone beads, and this little journaling card. It's got a pocket on the inside, and a yeah, we've got 2 pockets with journaling cards, and then it's just got, I printed some of these digitals smaller, and then I added in my own hand-dyed papers. Just a fun little notebook there. And that just sits in here. I glued this right about here so that you don't have to reach all the way down to the very bottom and potentially lose stuff in there. So I didn't make it a full page pocket. And that just clips on just to make sure that nothing spills out. Nice little window here. Got a pocket with these journaling cards. Another pocket here with some tags, and I added some threads onto that, some strings. Oh, and this is a double pocket. So these each have their own space. And here's more about that paper. Nice big writing page. So I did a lot of decorating, but I definitely still have a lot of space in here for writing. Some beautiful journaling cards there. And some vintage fabric here. It's beautiful. I like the messy edges that stick out. Here we've got a journaling card that I backed with that dyed paper and sewed on the other side of that mixed media paper. And so this is 4 signatures, so we are on the 3rd signature now. We've got a little envelope here that you can open up, and I added a little pull tab onto this so that you can pull those out. We've just got this little card and this journaling card as well. And then up here, we've got just another vintage or faux vintage card and a rusty paper clip that I added a little tassel onto. And then we've got this nice frayed edges of this fabric here. This was fabric that I dyed. It's muslin. So we've got that here and here. I put it on here to help support the pages, because some pages that are very heavily decorated, I just didn't want them to risk being torn as people flip through it. So I did do a lot of what do you call it, just making it stronger with extra paper or fabric. Here I used some sticker trash and made it a tag holder. This tag was like the exact size of that, so you just open it up like it's a pack of stickers, and you can pull that tag out to journal on. And then I used the top here to add a little ribbon to it and sewed it on so it wouldn't come off. I like how it is just peeking out of the journal there. I like to make stuff peek out, but not have it peek out so much that it just overtakes the journal. So I always try to very carefully place things in my journals. And especially when it comes to the layering, I think about like what you're going to see. I like the layering to have all these different pages showing up and not just have straight, you just see just those 2 pages. I like to see all the pages coming up. I like the layering effect and what that adds. So we just got these cute little journaling cards here. This little faux vintage picture and this card here. Another rusty paper clip. This one I really loved because it's got 2 little boys in it and they make me think of my 2 little boys. They're just 2 years apart and they are 3 and, well, they're almost 4 and 6. One just turned 6 and the other one's almost 4. So they are my heart and I loved including them in my journal. So this is just a little scrappy piece of paper with a rusted paper clip there. Another window. And we've got a journaling card here. This is just a little tuck spot. Some more writing space. This says, "Darling, you are a work of art." Made a pocket here. We've got a cluster going on, and it says, "You're all I had hoped to find in every single way." And then just the journaling card in there. I like this kit because it's got a lot of letters to Anna R, and my name's Anna, so that was fun. Got some fibers on there. Vintage card here with this lovely lady who is doing some mail. Another card on here. We've got some butterflies flying around. And then I chose this page because it has the word Victorian on it. There was another dictionary page that I chose because it had the word vintage on it. It might have been the other side of this one because it was very interesting, their definition of vintage. So it says, "Vintage, the gathering of a crop of grapes, the crop produced, the wine from the crop of grapes in one season." It doesn't say anything about old items or anything like that. So I thought that was really interesting. So I really wanted to include that because that's from my 1971 dictionary. So I guess vintage did not mean what it means today. We just got some journaling cards here, very beautiful with this vintage fabric. Love this fabric, it's so gorgeous, and I love the little holes in it so it kind of lets you peek through. And then it gave me just the best distressed edges. We've got this triple pocket here with these journaling cards. I do that because if it's just one solid pocket on this looser paper, like even if it's not looser paper, just if it's just one giant pocket, stuff just spills out so easily. So I always try to make them smaller pockets that can just hold a variety of things. I don't like my ephemera slipping out of the places where it's supposed to be, so I always try to think about that when I make my journals. We've got another one of those sticker trash that I turned into a tag holder. This beautiful tag. And then on here, I just did a cluster here and then made a pocket out of this. And we've got this little journaling card here. And we've got a double corner pocket here with these two cards. And this is the last signature. This last signature has my absolute favorite piece. Took me forever to make it and design it, but it was well worth it. Got some fibers on here, this eyelash trim, and then a pocket with this journaling card. And I made this pocket out of my 3-year-old's torn pants, his jeans. So we've got real denim in here that is ripped and tattered. And some journaling cards there. More of this specialty paper that you can watercolor on. This was another one of those package papers, except that this one had this design on it, and I printed it out again and fussy cut just the front of that design and turned that into an actual 3D pocket with this giant journaling card on it, so that was a lot of fun. And then it is, again, a real parcel or package in that it has another item inside. If you just take that clip off, I again reinforced the pages that are holding this parcel, or that are making up the package. And then we've got this little journaling book. And this one I did with just a stretchy band. I think I like that a lot more. I kind of wish I did that on the other one, but I made the other one first. And it's the same thing on the inside, just different papers and different little journaling cards. So, just lots of prettiness there. And I really love, this is one of my favorite kits. And then I put The Secret of Everyday Things. So this kit, like I said, this one's the Delightful Pages from byJLeeloo. And it is just the most gorgeous kit I've ever used. So that just sits in there. Again, I glued the bottom part of it so that it's up, oops, so that it sits up here and not all the way down here getting lost. And then this is that paper maker lady. She collects stuff out in the forest to make her papers, so it's like really cool. Here we've got this really thick pocket, very big like that. It is loaded with journaling cards. On this pocket, I've made 2 more pockets on this side. We've got this heavily distressed journaling card, and this one as well. On this side, we've got this pocket holding this tag. And then inside of here, I've got all of these journaling cards. I will rearrange those later, not waste your time. And we've got, this is the center. I used some of my blue dyed paper on my coffee dyed paper. And this, I believe, is the last journal entry of that story, so it ends in December. On here, this is the piece I was talking about. I made a double-sided window, so on this side, you can see this woman who's working on her little piece of art there. And when you flip it, you can see curtains through it. And then I've just used one of these little curtains as a tuck spot for this tag. And basically the idea is to fill this page up with your beautiful handwriting or chunky handwriting, whatever you consider it to be. Either way, I think all handwriting looks beautiful because it's natural. And then when you flip this over, you'll see this curtain and then just this beautiful handwriting through the window. So that was the idea. Excuse me. We've got this pretty page here. Just lots of room for writing and beautiful imagery. And just look at all this grunginess on the side. I just love that. Oops. And that is the end. So if you guys stuck all the way through this video, I just want to thank you so much for watching. And hopefully this will give you guys some inspiration and ideas for your own large journals. This was so much fun to work on and make, but oh my gosh, it was a lot. It took me a lot of time, and it took all my brain power to come up with all the ideas and all the designs and to make sure that I was really making everything that I wanted it to be, because I really had a very specific picture in my head of what I wanted it to be. And so I was like super, like I was critiquing myself super hard on this, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. This is in my Etsy shop right now, so if you are interested in purchasing it, please click on the link in the description box below to my shop. And I hope you guys have a great day. See you later. Bye.